Hey there, team. Welcome to a little 5 versus. Oh yeah, there they are. I was wondering where the defenders were, but they're down in this little corner. I for some reason thought they'd be up here. A little 5v3. We've got a bunch of Khandish armies, and a few runic armies, and battling a little mountain pass here. But we'll rattle through that in a second. Starting off state right off the bat, and I'll say it again after I do the army run-throughs. This battle does not have an ending battle screen. It's very clear who wins and who loses, but we did end up having to. I think we ended up having a little crash or something. So, but I still think it's a very interesting battle. As I say, there is a certain winner. So hopefully that is still satisfying enough. But I didn't grab a screenshot of it. I really should have. But anyway, we've got Nurad halberds here. Nurad halberds. Behind them, bunch of Nurad footmen. Very nice, tasty force. Some brother to the shadow. Some brother to the sword. Stormguard there. Brother to the axe. Spear. Variag warriors there. Nice and armored up. I love... Oh, what's up with this guy? But yeah, I love armored up Variag warriors. I think they look gorgeous. More brother to the spear. And some Nurad Windblades, Nomadic Marauders, and some Nomadic Infantry. Over here, to my left, we have Mr. Singbound. He's got his Nurad Footmen, lots and lots. Quite a similar army composition. Spear, Sword, Axe, Axe. Then Nurad Halberds there, some Nomadic Infantry, some Variag Warriors, again, lots of armor upgrades, Brother of the Shadow, and Nomadic Marauders there. Then we have Froggy, Brother of the Sword, Axe, Spear, Stormguard. What I'll do is I'll just call out anything abnormal, anything unusual. I'll pass my cursor over everything. Raiders, that's the first one that we've seen of them. Then onto the runic armies after we pass the little fort. Oh dear, they're in the trees. They're in the trees. We're not going to see them too well, I'm sure. But Flagrim there and some Scionrim. Actually, sorry, Scionrim and Gamprim. Then, oh dear, yeah, it's all hiding. Yeah, oh goodness me, sorry. But this is WK, by the way. He does have some Flagrim, that's what popped into my brain. We'll have a quick gander at their armies later, I hope. And again, lots and lots of hiding. But we've got the Dragon's Wrath crossbowmen, and that's not where the general is today. Don't know where the general is, but he's somewhere. Narim there, and that's Eclipse. So this was an Eclipse scenario that he drafted up. So we don't pick our armies. Well, we pick our armies, but we don't design them ourselves. So that's why it's a little bit abnormal for what I may usually take. First defender is Morris here. He's playing as Dorwinion. All the defenders are Dorwinion today. So he's got some Merquindi bows and more Merquindi bows, some Elvelyn Hammerguard and some Glade Masters. They have a catapult here. Elvelyn infantry, lots and lots of these Elvelyn infantry, with some Vineguard too, and the Merquindi pikes, a triple Merquindi pike in the back. And lacking pikes of our own, that's going to be tough to get through. Our halberds will do alright, but pikes usually beat halberds. Elvelyn marksmen there, Hammerguard and Glade Masters. Again, this is Tundra's Fox. So we've got the Merquindi Stalkers and Glade Lords rushing on out, and we don't really have that much cavalry. I've got my Windblades though, and they will happily rattle through quite a few of the foe. Vineguard there and more Vineguard in the back, Merquindi Pikes, triple Elvelyn Infantry there, and some Keldwyn River Patrol. Merquindi Bows again, and the last is Lord of the Fall. I mean, I was speaking to this guy in the game, so I can't remember that name though. Anyway, he's got his Merquindi Pikes, then double Merquindi Pikes there, Glade Masters. He has his Elvelyn Infantry, lots and lots more Elvelyn Infantry there, some Vineguard, some Marksmen, some Vineguard, and the Merquindi Glade Lords there. Nothing hiding up here, anything up on this? There is, oh goodness me. Nice and high up, Hammerguard there, oh, and something I forgot. Some Marksmen here. Good, so, yep, we will crack on into it. So, we will be advancing on forward. As I say, a lot of interesting, well, hopefully interesting things to talk about. That we'll get onto. Glade Lords and the Merquindi Stalkers both rushing out here right off the bat. I'll say it now for anybody that skipped through the army composition. This battle does not have an ending battle screen. There is a very certain winner and loser, but it's not shown up. So I'll let you know that now, so that you don't feel disappointed when that appears. But we are pushing on out. Well, the defenders are pushing on out with Glade Lords, even with my Wind Blades, it's going to be a bit tricky to match them. Right now, Froggy is coming over here alongside Mr. Sneakman and myself, and we are going to be marching our way over to this little, well, this wider section. I think out of all the 3 avenues, that's the widest. Here is very unpleasant, and then there's this one too, which, although it doesn't really have the same height advantage for the defenders, it's very unnerving to march through, to say the least. I think that out of all of them, this is the best place to attack. But we have 3 full armies heading toward it, which is going to leave our runic friends just to come up. 1 there and 1 there by themselves. Oh, I'm seeing our little red blob. I think I missed a bit of action here. So we are fighting. Oh, goodness me, those Glade Lords almost broke. Probably not really spotting. I think they just ran into this. Yeah, they must have just ran into that. That's an absolutely fantastic catch from WK. Good discipline to just leave those guys stationary too, so that Tundras didn't spot them. But I'm sure he'll be kicking himself with that, because those guys are worth a lot. Oh, there are more Glade Lords though from Lord of the Fall, and they'll just... Ooh, don't want to let those camels chosen get hit. Definitely not. As we just skirmish away. I've taken my wind blades over, try and help guard Froggy. Froggy doesn't have any cavalry of his own. But at the same time, I don't really want my wind blades getting shot up by those stalkers. So I'm trying to keep them out of sight of that. And of course I could sally out and chase them down, but then the Glade Lords are on me, and those Merquindi stalkers do have an anti-cavalry bonus anyway. But I'm trying to defend that Hwacha, just dancing back and forth as best I can. Spread out. I think I really should have just lunged at him though. That would have been better, just to chase him away. But now the spear are in there. Oh, I should have been there to catch those guys. That's a goof on my part. I'm really sorry about that, Froggy. Those poor brother of the axe actually did suffer a few casualties, but you can see they did give a countercharge, and they actually broke the Glade Lords. So I'm trying to chase them down. We're going to have to slow down. It's a lot of fast cavalry is the thing. It's all very light Merquindi cav and my very swift wind blades. So I'm trying to chase down these Glade Lords a little bit. You know, the Merquindi stalkers are not going to be able to match me. Oh yeah, the Hwacha. I think that was like an accidental shot, but it kind of spooked me, so I ran away. And I did take one. Oh god. But yeah, did I take this one too? Oh no! My poor wind blades. But that was, I remember Froggy was trying to like cancel it, but no. The Hwacha is a troublesome beast, to say the least. I think, am I still burning there? I'm still burning there. Yeah, I think, yeah. Oh dear. Oh well. So we managed to slice up a few stalkers before the Glade Lords came in, and they actually gave me a charge, and that's not fun for the wind blades. But after the charge, I do lunge myself back in, because I can beat the Glade Lords in extended melee. It is just that charge that really tips the scale in their favour. And the stalkers shooting me the whole time. Over here though, Froggy's still got to keep moving while the other Glade Lords have come around. I think that the defenders are at least pouring all of their cavalry efforts into our forces, which is allowing the runic men to advance unmolested, really. So that's good for us at least. But yeah, mixing up with the stalkers. Oh, there's a few Glade Lords in here. That's a shame. I was thinking that this would be a very nice fight for me. But I'm starting to lose my poor wind blades down to 8 there. As I tried to just deal with the stalkers, but then he was quite careful at just removing the stalkers from the fight, sending in the Glade Lords, it seems. But still, if I can just use up my wind blades to allow Mr. Sneakman and Froggy to get up over here without taking too many casualties, that's all I really want. This is me. I'm keeping my army very tightly packed together, just in case they do try to threaten me. I'm making sure that I do have, I've got some sort of anti-cavalry presence. I'm blessed to have 2 units of spear, actually. I'm really blessed to have 2 units rather than spear. But yeah, all I want to do is just get over here as quickly as I can so that I can begin to like set up a little defensive position. And they won't be able to really threaten me too well from that point. Nomadic infantry, though, from Mr. Sneakman, shooting away at them. Best way to sort of deal with horse archers is foot archers. How many? I've down to 3 wind blades. Goodness me. I would have loved to have used those for some quick charges later on, but I think they've just had to be sent on in to try and hold back the enemy cav. But still, Lord of the Fall has got quite a beefy unit of Glade Lords. A few of them bloodied, to So they have suffered a bit of damage, but still, that's 22 Glade Lords. WK, though, with his Scion Rim and his Gap Rim, is not somebody you want to be messing with. Shadow Guard as well. They can rinse some cav after that charge anyway. Eclipse has arrived fully now. Now, the problem is, since we've been being skirmished down for some time, these, our allies are already there. They're already prepared and ready to start their attack. And this is really when we should have been really saying to each other, look, just, hold fire, just wait. We're nowhere near ready just yet. And you're coming in by yourselves. Oh, goodness me, more fire from that Hwacha. I say, I think that Hwacha was just being mean to Froggy, I'm afraid. As, I don't even know what it was going. Maybe it was going for the stalkers, or I don't know. But it was mistreating us. It was mistreating us. So that was a handful of losses. I think one of them. Yeah, you can see these guys. One of the rockets ends up whirling all the way over here. It was absolutely insane, and I end up I take a few losses there, but it's negligible, really. 2 wind blades now. But 2 wind blades, hey, if I get mixed up with some of that light cavalry, I can deal with a few of them. Or again, very small unit, very nice for these quick little melee charges later on in the game. Oh, crossbows. Oh, that's not going to be fun for the Glade Lords. Was that a cancelled shot, or did they? I think something got in their way. But still, I think they're going to break. I think these Glade Lords are surely going to break. They've got Shadow Guard around them. Yeah, I think 11. They might return to the fight from that. Still, they're going to be a lot weaker than they were before. Maybe I would have held off on that attack, not really gone in just then. When you've got cavalry in behind the enemy and they don't really have like a high quantity of melee cavalry come hunting for you, sometimes it is a good idea to just hold, just wait it out. But yeah, so you can see over here, Eclipse, we've got him moving on forward to engage the Vanguard, and right now it's going kind of well. The lightly armoured Eastron clansmen being backed up by the heavy Scion Rim, who are really battling their way through this right flank, really forcing their way on in. Taking volley fire from the river patrol up there, though. So this is going okay for Eclipse, but the problem is, we're just not ready to apply pressure on the other side yet. We're nowhere near ready. You can see how far away we still are on the minimap. So maybe we should have been, and WK could rush on forward, but maybe just a bit of a lack of coordination on our side. And still, I think our biggest failing at this point, again, is we've got 3 armies coming on through here. I really think that when I was moving, I was kind of just scared of the enemy cav, but I should have just gathered up my forces and moved around to WK, so that we'd have 2 here, and then 2 coming in the middle here. Maybe even WK could have taken some of his forces to go and support Eclipse, if I said I was going to come and support him up that main center point. But still, we're here now. Eclipse is fighting away on the other side gloriously. We need to make it count here until something else can come to support Morris. But Merquindi Bow's not really the type of archer you really want to have for a long-term skirmish engagement. Nice high-quality guys there, so you kind of want to use them in melee at the end of it. So we feel pretty good about just sending forward our nomadic infantry and battling away with them for a minute. If they want to have a counter battery fire test with us, then that's fair enough. But we should hopefully come out better from that. Still, Eclipse coming in hard over here. Got his flag rim moving on forward. Glade Guard there. There's not really a great answer to those Glade Guards, save for some sort of fire. These strong crossbows are in a nice position. I mean, they're getting ravaged, but they go for the Glade Guard? I know you arguably won't want to, because the Glade Guard are so lightly armoured, but it's a high damage ranged attack either way, and they are such an important unit that you'd want to drop them. What's up? Villain marksman again. This is just a death little blob, and the only way that Eclipse really can deal with this is by coming in pretty hard and fast. But all these guys are going to be getting shot in the back from here. Oh goodness me, this is bloody. Do we have any Merquindi bows on the defense? I'd want to maybe get one over here so that we could, apply a little bit of a morale shock. with those poison arrows. That could be very messy for a lot of these guys. Camel Shadow Guard there, they will drop really fast to arrow fire, even the low damage arrow fire from the Elvelyn Marksman. Benarim not really got a target yet. Requindi Bows here, opening up into WK's Scion Rim. Oh no, wow, that is a hell of a range. Into the crossbows, very nice though. You wouldn't really want to be firing into spaced out Scion Rim, not from the front. So yeah, that confused me when I saw Tundrus was opening up into that. But no, dropping a few of these crossbows, all for that. Nomadic Infantry, yeah, I say I've got these guys up there. Looks like Morris has not really spotted it right off the bat, so I am able to land a good few hits in there. Am I dropping anybody? I didn't. Come on, I thought I would kill somebody. Oh, no, I did. I killed one elf. But still, a few little pings into their backs as they're running away. And it just chased them off this little corner. So I'm happy enough to keep on advancing. There's not really any cavalry to threaten us. Saying that, what's going on over here? Oh, WK's Scion Rim are chasing away the Glade Guard. But this is a general. And in all honesty, I would be so keen to come in for a quick charge there, because I think you'd be able to get a general kill. But maybe Lord of the Fall didn't notice that. Still, Froggy is, after all the trauma of the cavalry focus and his brutal Hawacha, he's arriving now. But we really, we've got the numbers here now. Shoot, where was I? Anyway, Pneumatic Marauders there from Mr. Sneakman coming along. And yeah, I mean, we're going to rely on a lot of that nice armor-piercing javelin fire. Hopefully, not just bouncing off the front of these Elvelyn shields, though. That would be a bit unpleasant. Still, WK holding back. See, this is nice. We really should have probably encouraged Eclipse to just stay back. Overall, though, it's going okay. Like, this is decent for an attack, for sure. Percentage-wise, we are racking up some good kills. And it's not that Eclipse is doing a bad job here. He's doing a very good job in his attack, but it's just happening a little bit too early. We're not quite ready, or at least we're not being aggressive enough over here, which, in all honesty, I don't think we've got any right to now. I mean, my full army's pretty much here. Mr. Snakeman's pretty much here. We're waiting on Froggy, but in all honesty, we should probably be sending forward our infantry right now, just to start smashing up that line. I've still just got my nomadic infantry just battling away, hoping to land a few more kills in these Merquindi bows, chase them away a little bit further. But no, the time is now. It's Elvelyn Vanguard here. Yeah, the pikes are a pain in the ass, but we get our Norad footmen forward. We can start hacking down those Elvelyn Vanguard quite efficiently, and hopefully just we're sturdy enough to not die in droves to the Merquindi pikes in that time. And then we can bring our own Norad. We can bring our Norad halberds forward. We actually might have just seen that in the minimap. Have we finally grabbed the last of the cav? I think that has been the case. Yeah, good stuff, WK. Just fighting this little guerrilla campaign in the woods to deal with those last few knights. Lost a few of his Scion Rim, but that's kind of what they're there for. And I'm very surprised that the general's bloodied. Oh, I think he did go for a general kill, which I definitely would have, and I'm surprised it didn't go through. But this is still going to be quite a nice weak general now, especially considering he was part of a 1 hit point unit anyway. So he's, your general takes in all the stats of the unit that he's part of, and then he gets +1 hit point to whatever they've got. So he's not like that strong. That's why people do like to put him in these like multi-hit point units, so that your general is really beefy. You put him with a bunch of Ola Kai, he's going to be an absolute machine. The Nazgul, yeah, it's all the case. So they really are sturdy. But maybe there is a limit that doesn't allow you to go, because you always see the general die before the rest of the Nazgul, but maybe that's just always a random thing. But still, maybe I would be tempted. Oh, they're hiding again. They must be the stalkers. I don't think Glade Lord can hide. No, if it's the stalkers, I wouldn't go for it. I was going to say, this cavalry unit that's pestering us, just constantly being a thorn in our side, maybe that could go over and try and finish the job, killing off WK's general. Because Rhod's got some okay morale. They're all right, but they're not the best. You're an evil man at the end of the day. Fine. it's an up and over shot, but it doesn't feel too bad. How are my boys actually shooting it? Ah, well, I have that. There we go. They're not. They're not anymore. Oh dear. Always seems to happen, but that's fine. Front line there, still sturdy, still not being attacked by our infantry. Narem there, spreading out. Looks like they've taken a bit of damage, which is a worthy target. And firing into these tightly packed. Oh no, not firing into the Elvelyn marksman. Fire, good stuff. Yes, very nice catch there, WK. Yep, shooting at these Merquendi pikes, much better option. And yeah, dropping quite a few of them, really, with those nice fire arrows there. Just for the aesthetics, though, I'm pretty sure they don't provide any morale debuff. They're just there to look good, which I appreciate. Yeah, pulling this back. Yeah, letting Mr. Steepman fire. Like, we'd love to skirmish away for a while, but I really think that me, Froggy, and Mr. Steepman are kind of misreading. Oops, sorry, banging the mic. I really think that we're misreading the room, you know, and we really are. We're running out of time there. But what we're doing here, there is this sneaky little passageway, and Mr. Sneakman's getting his boys up, but I think that this is impassable. Let's just speed up for a quick second. No! Oh, that is passable. There is... no. Yeah, that's where he can't go any further. So we were seeing this and we're thinking, holy smokes, can we just walk all the way over here and just like, hello? Because that would be absolutely brutal. But no, this is impassable here. But still... this little section is something that we can use in our attack. And now that we've spotted that, that's some good going. Narem opening up into the front of this line. Yes, if you can occasionally strike a pikeman, that's pretty solid. But the Vine Guard set up there, they're taking most of this damage for their elven friends, as is sort of the purpose of the Dorwinion human forces most of the time. They're just tanking that damage for the high damage elves later. It looks like he's given up on that now. Instead, going for Merquendi bows. Fantastic. We're really just bullying this unit of Merquendi bows from Morris and sort of, really stopping him from using certain sections of his defense, which will hurt. But all the while, Eclipse is still pounding away here. Some of his camels chosen going down. I think that's from the catapult. Now, this is what's really worrying us. When Eclipse goes down, which it will happen at some point, that catapult can start moving around. That can pick a new target. Right now it's all the way over here. And it's going to stay over here until Eclipse is no longer a threat. Oh god, those river patrol. Can they get... I think they will. I think they can reach the back of those lines. But they're probably just waiting for these camels chosen before they get up and do that. But all the while, 13 for 40, we're actually ahead. An attacker being ahead is... it's always a great thing. And so it just is showing that Eclipse is causing a lot of damage over here, as is, as are the rest of us with our various pings of damage. Unfortunately, those river patrol are needing to get shot. This is where we could do with a bit of communication, maybe, and we could have maybe yelled at WK and said, hey, can you bring your Narem over to shoot at them? Because you'd much rather use those Narem shots to take out the Keldon River Patrol rather than the Eastron crossbows from Eclipse. So that's, I think, maybe again, and we've got no excuse for this. We're all in a voice channel together when we play these games, so we really should be coordinating a little bit more, perhaps. Still, WK closing in now for his attack. Are we shunting on forward now? We're coming up close. Looks like Froggy, even though Froggy was the last person to get here, he's the first person to actually throw himself in, or getting ready. Maybe. Do I have that honor? I'm walking. I think somebody might end up... I think Mr. Sneakman's going to run in ahead of me. Oh, no. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, well. Nobody... We're not sure who's going in first. That's all right now. But Froggy's got his nomadic infantry up here. But having this nice little raised point... a few of them sending those arrows right into the cliff there. But most of them getting in all right. Looks like he's just slamming them right into the front of the Vine Guard. Yes, it's not, like, the best use of ammo. But if we can just whittle down those defenses... And again, it's not. We don't have to kill too many of them before we start getting into the juicy Merquendi pikes on the inside, and that's who we really want to be hitting. Elvelyn infantry coming on forward now, though. Again, nicely armored, nicely shielded. They can take a good beating, and also a little bit more of a challenge for the likes of our Nurad footmen. who can no longer really just rely on their lack of a spear malice to get the job done. Yeah, it is Froggy. It is Froggy that leads the way and takes that javelin fire. So, you know, we salute him for his sacrifice there as he takes that. Hopefully, that counts as the left side though, so the shields come into play. But still, more of Froggy's forces now coming forward. Mr. Sneakman joining with a little brother to the spear force. Yeah, okay, good. If we can take that fire right to the face, as really crummy as it is, we've got to take that javelin some way. Like, we're not going to be able to stop him from using his javelins full stop. Maybe we're shooting them up here with these with Froggy's nomadic infantry. Oh, they're wavering. Holy smokes, we might even be able to beat this back. Can nomadic infantry can use fire arrows, can't they? Oh goodness me, maybe they don't even have to. We're opening up on them. I'm opening up on them. Yeah, we really are shredding these guys. Wavering. Oh, come on, some other source of fear is all we need, but I don't think we're gonna get it. Wavering again, please. Oh, that's cool. Oh man, that could have been a cool screenshot, couldn't it? Looking through the mask of that Gamp rim. Oh, that's awesome actually. Where did that happen? Can I? Oh, speaking of that, I do need to get a screenshot. Damn, I should have really gone for that. That's that. I'm not going to be able to achieve that shot again, am I? No. Ah, no, damn it. Oh well. Still, let's grab something just in case we end up forgetting later. That looks quite menacing. All these river patrol, got the face-to-face front line battle there. I like that. Oh, this is even cool. Yeah, cool. I think one of those things works. One of those things work. It's not quite looking through the mask of a Gamp rim cool, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Anyway, sorry. Nomadic Raiders there. One of the lowest tier units we've got, actually, from Froggy. Have they received an armor upgrade? To get this sort of Lamala look. I thought that it does look like it, doesn't it? I never use this unit. It's just not one that I take as canned. So, yeah, maybe that is with an armor upgrade. Firing over into the Merquetti bows. Perfect. Even this low damage fire from the Nomadic Raiders is going to do some good work there. But still, we're not using this point. Oh, wait, no, we are. Yeah, Mr. Sleekman's got his infantry up there. All the while, we need to have something up here using its fire. I've got my Nomadic Marauders, who don't really have a shot yet, and they are not actually receiving fire. I thought they were. Oh, yeah, you see these bloody river patrol. They're out of ammo now, are they? Yeah, they're out of ammo now. It's so difficult to stop a defender using up their ammunition. Unless they really screw up, you're not really going to be able to get it done. So we did okay though. I don't think we ever gave him like an amazing shot. So, you know, that's about as good as you can hope for. But still, WK coming in by himself here into really the jaws of death. This is an unpleasant place to attack. We have a much nicer area. So our runic friends really do have the worst of it. All the while, we've just started our attack over there. And Eclipse is pretty much out. Now 24 for 24, oh, 25 for 24. Again, we're still in a nice position as an attacker. This is really not too bad. It looks like Eclipse is falling back into the woods, wanting to save his Dragon's Wrath crossbows, and wanting to save these strong crossbowmen here. But there's not really anything he can do with them right now. So he's just going to lash out with whatever he's got left and try to just bring a little bit more pain to Lord of the Fall. You know, he's single-handedly taken on a good portion of his forces. So we can be happy enough with that. Just the timing was perhaps a little bit off. Camel's Chosen, luckily getting in there with a number of 31, so they've not taken too much damage from River Patrol fire and the like. But we can see Lord of the Fall even now starting to peel off some troops. Oh, no, he's not. I'd leave everything that's in the front line here, I'd leave it in there. You want to make sure that you win this comfortably before you move on over. But, as you can see over there, the dreaded catapult. Let's have a quick little... Nah, I think that's fine. I should probably zoom in the map a little bit. We're all pretty tightly packed now. The dreaded catapult is coming on over. And that's frightening. That's definitely frightening. Now, oh yeah, that's the thing. Dorwinion doesn't actually have access to artillery. So this is a fun little scenario thing that we've been able to achieve by popping them in. That's why they have a silver bannerman. I'm pretty sure this is like the Dalian catapult crew that he's using there. But you can do some fun stuff in scenarios. Yeah, WK trying his very best there, but it's such an unpleasant place to attack from. Luckily, the heavily armoured, or, well, yeah, pretty decently armoured forces of Rhun, forces of the Far East, are able to take this fire. That's not good, though. Nice fire arrow damage into a beefy unit of Scion Rim, and that's then broken. They broke it about, what, 60, 65, 68 men was when they broke. That's a terrible shame, and they have just been eaten alive. They're gone. That's fast. That was very fast. Just swallowed up there. But we're coming in pretty hard here now. We're trying to make up for lost time, and we're doing so okay. Now, unfortunately, Khan doesn't have a very high mass pushing unit. We've got the Brother of the Spear. Now they can go into shield wall and they can shunt on forward, but there's still only one mass, and that means, you know, if we had something like the Bellicate Shield Bearers, or hilly, or even the Blackguard of Barad-dûr, then this could be something that we blast open. But we don't have that available to us, so we do kind of have to try and break them down. You can see the little bulges here that were probably caused by spear guard pushes, but all the while, oh, ouch! Ow, 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 ow. A few little shots in there by the Hwacha, but yeah, some good damage to the enemy too. But it's just, oh goodness me, it is scary to have that happen to our lines as well. But still burning away a bit of that. We might want to save the Hwacha for their catapult appearing. Maybe that's something. Oh goodness me, ouch! A little bit more damage there. But yeah, maybe the Hwacha could be a good counter artillery piece, and that's what we might end up saving it for later. Anyway, oh yeah, Froggy manages to slip some boys around here. You know, we are able to use the little passable terrain on this right slope to curve around their lines, and even these very light melee damage nomadic raiders are going to be able to do a little pick damage at the side, and it's not fun to have a unit on your flank. Over here, the nomadic infantry from Mr. Seekman are still firing away, firing deep behind the enemy lines into, yep, any Merquindi man is a, well, any Merquindi elf, I should say, is a very worthy target if we can drop them by range fire. The WK is still kicking. Tribesmen coming on forward, mixed in amongst the Flag Rim. Again, it's AP. This is not fun for the Elvillian units to deal with. They really do rely on that armor, and just having so much of it in our Murad Footmen and our allies' Flag Rim, it's bloody. Eastron Warriors there too. We're lucky to have these guys reach the front line without getting brutalized too much. I do like the Eastron Warriors. They're a fun unit to use, but I think they just kind of get, you know, the Flag Rim and the Eastron Clansmen's efficiency, they just overwhelm the Eastron Warriors, unfortunately. And they don't get used too much. So over here, unfortunately, as we can see, Eclipse is no more. And his push has come to an end. There are a few units waiting back here. Oh, he got his camels chosen out. Interesting. So that's still 23 camels chosen. You can see almost all of them are bloodied. Almost all of them have probably lost a hit point. So that's not too great, and the Narem there too. But this is the good thing. You just leave something there so that the defenders can't just send everything over. Sometimes if you fight to the very last man in an attack, that's a bad thing, because suddenly, you know, the defenders know that there's no more threat to that side. They can just move everything over. But the fact that he's just left his camels chosen there, left his Narem there, means that you know, they do have to keep it as a worry. Now that looked a lot worse than it was. But still, the catapult's there. Catapult's very scary. And speaking of the Hwacha, I don't know if we can. I don't think there is a shot on it. That's unfortunate, but still, that's fearsome, and that's a break. That's a big break to our section, giving us another one. That's, I mean, it's kind of good in a way. It's stopped it from going to the nice unshaken units. And I think that this is going to be used by Morris to push around us and surround this this little surviving push here. And yeah, that's been very bloody for our men. A few of these guys should return though. Nurad Halberds from Mr. Seatman running on up, trying to stop these guys from getting totally surrounded, or at least benefit from the now shaken formation of the enemy. Disorganized formation, I should say. I've got my nomadic marauders over here now into the pass. I was a little bit confused. I wasn't too sure if I could like fit up here, but I could. So we're in, and again we've got nothing to worry about. We don't have any allied troops in front of us, so hey, we can thank our allies for chasing our men away, so that I've got a better javelin shot of them. If we really want to try and be hopeful here, that's something that we've gained. So yeah, just unleashing our jabs really as quickly as I can, try and, you know, get as much use of them as possible. I think I'm going for the hammer guard is the main target. In all honesty though, Merquindi pikes, that'll be solid. Just anything that's not got a shield facing at me is probably a good idea. Ouch. Yeah, I guess we felt safe here, but they have slammed right down the line with that catapult. And that's me out. So we did use up that ammo really quite fast. I'm running away so that something else can take that position. I don't think I've got anything running on forward, do I? Nomadic infantry? I think that's what I'm sending up to take that place now. Yeah, not too bad. Mr. Sneakman actually might have dibsed it with his... No, he's not. But yeah, I would definitely want to get your nomadic marauders up there to use them. Even the Brother of the Shadows, quite useful. Oh my goodness me. Those poor Vineguard, in all honesty, you know, that one guy used up just about an entire unit's worth of throwing daggers. So I think he's done his worth. He might be an absolute pincushion of a man now, but he was certainly a hero of Dorwinion. They kind of bottled me up here. This is a bit silly. We should spread. I guess we're trying to give Froggy a shot, but this is too much of a blob for no good reason. And that catapult, I don't think it's got a shot on us there. Maybe that's why we're allowing it, but still, this is a bit scary. It looks nice though. I love the Nurad look. I really do like the Nurad. And I like to think of Khand as kind of it's three factions kind of squished into one. You've got the Nomads, you've got the Nurads, and what else do you have? And I guess you've got like the Brotherhood units too, that are all kind of working in tandem together as one united force. So I quite enjoy that. Eastern crossbows, yeah, sure. Dropping some of these guys, I can see the sense in that. When they're giving you such a nice shot like that, especially considering they are unloading their fire onto his lines, he wants to stop that. Over here though, yeah, defender's not coming out. Happy enough just to stare us down. What's over here? Ah, Dragon's Wrath crossbows. Oh, so what does that mean? What's over here? Crossbows that have came back from routing, I suppose, and these strong crossbows there. Ah, gotcha. Or should they have come back from routing? I do like my where I'm from in the far north of Scotland. We speak weird. We definitely we definitely do not use proper grammar sometimes, and you know, especially now that I work at home, I'm spending a lot more time with people from my region, and it's rubbing off on me. So I no longer have the proper tone that I should. Merquindi bows running over here. Ooh, okay. I think, yeah, Brother of the Shadow's not somebody that we want to get shot at. They're not going to rout too easy from that poison arrow fire, but it's just it's still a good shot on them. Mr. Sneakman's Nomadic Marauders might be who they go for. Who are we thinking there? Oh, Jav's coming into that. What are we going for here? Ooh, mine? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. That's mean. Oh god, ouch, that's bloody. I don't know if I noticed that right away. Yeah, I definitely didn't notice that right away. Ouch. They were a 70-man unit. Now they're blown down to 50, 57 in the blink of an eye. Oh damn, I'm not noticing this. I guess I'm focused on the front line and I just didn't spot it. Oh, that hurts. That hurts to see. I guess he's retarded. I've been bullying his Merquindi bows, so it's good that he's gotten some compensation from that. Oh, or retribution, I should say. Oh, okay, those two Glade Guard. Good boys there taking that fire. I think these men are going to break. No? Oh, they're going to get away. Wow. Yeah, Eclipse, if you're careful here. If you're careful, you can maybe do some good work still. Not that he hasn't done already. Naren coming up. Camel's chosen there. Yeah, they'll have a field day. Oh, wait, I was going to say they'll have a field day, but maybe they are just so badly bloodied that little charge was enough to do some more damage to them. Okay, some river patrol coming up there. I don't think Eclipse is going to be picky with his ammunition now. I think he's just going to unload on whatever he gets a shot on. And I would too. You know, he's just being a threat over here. just holding Lord's focus and trying to kill a good few more boys. It's all worth it. River Patrol there, and WK is actually winning on most of the front line. I guess because we are coming over pretty hard and fast, Tundras is not real. He does have a lot in reserve, that's the thing. I think Tundras could win that if he was willing to send a few more guys forward. You can see over here, I didn't do this first. No, who did this first? Over here. Yeah, Froggy came over there first. I'm just following him. But yeah, you've got this slip around here. I love the idea of these assassins, these Brothers of the Shadow, coming in to shut down the enemy catapult. Taking them down to 13 men. If they've still got ammo left, they might be done. But all the while, it's just a cool thought that the assassins are doing that. Being followed in by the generic infantrymen. But you can see I've not got the morale of the Shadows. So, wavering already. And to be honest, if that fight was going to be extended and these guys are not going to rout, that's probably not a bad fight for me. Am I getting shot at from somewhere though? Oh god, the poison arrows could actually break me. One good volley, and I think I'm out because I'm already wavering. Maybe I'm already suffering morale damage. So you can't really stack it. Variag warriors there. I think at this point we were just trying to shunt on through a little bit, trying to get on up there. Mr. Sneakman's got his storm guard coming on over there now. A few of them I think getting caught on the flank. Or maybe it's trying to slip through that gap. Hard to say, hard to say. We really are just trying to force our way on in. Either just blasting right through the lines. Brother of the Axe there. I think we've already used our Brother of the Spear earlier on. This would be a nice time for them though, if we did have any. Do I have something sitting in the back? If I do, then I'm basically just scared. No. No, I think I've used all of my Brother of the Spear at this point. Down to 48 after all that fire. That hurts. Froggy's got his Brother of the Spear. Maybe now would have been the time to use it, but it's hard to say. Yeah, we're having defeat almost all the way across the line. On this little flank, yeah, I was broken, and I'm so close to the edge. I don't even think I got away. I think I got eradicated. Still those Brothers of the Shadow fighting their butts off. Looks like the capital crew's broken. Fantastic, good stuff there. Don't know if they had ammunition left or not, but it's always good to see them running away. They might return, there was 9 of them, but they might not, hopefully not. Variag Warriors there from myself. I do like the Variag Warriors as a unit. I like to call them Swordmasters, but I use the term Swordmaster very liberally. So I totally accept if somebody else would just call them two-handed swordsmen, which is sort of what they are. But no, I like to talk them up a little bit. And with that armor upgrade, they're all right. They can match some people, but up against the sturdy armor off the Alvelian units, it's not easy. I'm seeing again this thing around their collar. It looks. Is that I've never really spotted that before. Am I having like a little? Oh no, I think it's just some weird like colorful stuff. I think that's I don't think I'm having any issues. But still, Lord of the Fall is now rushing on out and going toe-to-toe with WK's left flank. And yet, with the Glade Masters on the field, he's grabbed them with the Eastron Warriors. And yeah, I think there's a few of the camels chosen, fighting away there. Still 3 of them left, but there's not too much you can do with them. You could run on in there, but no, there's too much really to do. I think he'd just grab them and try and deal with Lord's forces outside. But no, WK getting just about entirely surrounded here as Tundras has come screaming down through with all of those reserves that he had. They just came blasting on down, and Lord coming in from the side to rinse him as well. So we are up against it timeline wise, but 73. Ooh, we've fallen behind in the percentages a wee bit. As I say, our really aggressive attacks here have perhaps resulted in some good gains of ground, but we've been losing a lot of troops to do it. But another Brother of the Shadow coming flying on through this gap now. Maybe even using their ammunition behind the enemy. That's pretty solid. Which you do want to use. You do want to use those throwing daggers. When I do bring assassins, I bring them mainly for their melee potential. But if you can use those arrows, well, not arrows, sorry. If you can use those daggers, you should. Glade Masters. I would be going for the Glade Masters, which I think that is his target. Just got to move my foot map 1 second. As I get further and further through the battle, I keep I step left and right, and that for some reason always seems to slide my foot mat slowly toward the left. So I end up having to like pull it out from under my desk. Oh, I've never heard that voice line. I think was that like, you know, your general has fallen or no, it was like, you know, your general has fallen. You know, your warriors. Hopefully your warriors remain steady. I'll need to have a think about that. I guess I just don't lose my general too much. Can't they? Might, you know, it's like the Mongol voice line that they use. So, and of course I don't really play Mongols in Medieval 2. It's not really for me. Stormguard there. Am I gonna try and rush on up the side, or am I just pushing? No, I think I might be coming on the side. That's WK's general. To be honest, he has cheated death a few times. Oh wow, that's a total surround. Oh, rip in peace, our golden boys. But no, they've done very well, and that general has been an absolute hero. Stabbing down the guildsman there. Tundra's Fox is coming on over, still chasing away Eclipse's crossbows. I think at this point Eclipse was like, hey, do something, save me. So I do have some guys in reserve. I've got the Brother of the Sword over there, Brother of the Axe, a few guys in reserve really. Oh, a few Variag warriors running off there. Nomadic infantry. Oh, they've still got ammo. And Froggy's Hwacha crew. Hey, it's 48 guys. It's 48 guys. So that can matter for a lot in this late stage. But yeah, so now I'm deciding, do I slam my boys into the front line, or do I move over here to try and help out with Eclipse? So yeah, I get my Brother of the Sword in between Eclipse and the infantry. But I'm trying to micromanage over here with this sort of push. This isn't me, but I've got a few of my Brother of the Shadow engaging alongside him. That is our allies general. Definitely heard that word. Golden bolts. Oh wow, Eclipse has gone all the way over here. Now he is taking fire, but that is brutal. You know, these guys pretty much black locks. I don't actually know who's got the higher. Oh yeah, Hammer Guard. I would say that's a worthy target, even though you're wanting a body piercing shot. If you get a shot onto the Hammer Guard, I would take it. I don't actually know who's got the higher missile damage. Dragon's Wrath crossbows or the Blacklocks. If I had to bet, I'd say the Blacklocks, but they might just be the same. So I do have the two Brotherhood units I've been saving here, so I'm wanting to sort of get in forward there, surround them before Tundris is really able to gather his forces here. Because we do not want to be backstabbed, so I'm getting Brother of the Sword to sort of catch them. Brother of the Axe sort of falling behind. If I can catch them and then get some charges into the backs, this is definitely a fight I would win in extended engagement. But then we've got over here the Glade Guard. Actually, nothing too fancy. Further back, though, we do have the Glade Masters and some Hammer Guard. So I want to try and rinse whatever I can before those elites arrive. Brother of the Sword slicing them on. Tundra's really not... He knows he can't win that fight, so he's just not taking it. And I just can't force him into it. So I think I do fall back at this stage. And I can't go chasing him willy-nilly into the open field, because that just defeats every purpose. So if I can just form a defensive line behind our attack, that's really all I can do right now. Firing... Oh, well, that looks like it was a... Oh, they're out of ammo now. But still, Dragon's Wrath Guildsmen are not too bad in a fight. Or maybe they did that because they were engaged. I think they were just about out of ammo anyway. But they should be able to slice down a few of these guys. A few Brother of the Shadows just getting walked by as Tundris tries to rush on in and stop those Dragon's Wrath crossbows from firing. Brother of the Axe still engaging alongside Mr. Sneakman's Nomadic Marauders, who are fighting to the death, and Mr. Sneakman's Norad Footman, I should say. Crossbows there. Wow, they broke! What broke them? Don't know what ended up causing that rout. Brother of the Axe getting a downhill charge, trying to ignore those Glade Guard. Oh, come on, boys. Maybe it was touching the Glade Guard that kind of screwed the unit up, but I didn't really get a charge there. That's a shame. But still, this should be a fight that goes in my favor. Nice armored up, high attack, armor-piercing attack too, into the Elvellan infantry. Nomadic infantry there, certainly a good little hybrid unit. Can go toe-to-toe with the Elvellan infantry, especially while we outnumber them. Those marksmen over there. Yeah, I'm just trying to surround people, but Tundris is just doing a good job of pulling me away from each other. Elvellan Hammer Guard now appearing, and the Merquindi bows. just looking at my brother the axe, this is of course the only real point where the battle is going in my favor, so I'm going to be focusing in on that a fair bit. Froggy's backing me up with a few throwing daggers, and of course with the unit of Brother the Shadows in a minute. Oh, big rout there. Hawacha crew, they've actually got that Hawacha still manned. Crossbowmen? Yeah, they're going to be fighting not too bad for a while. But I think they'll be getting backstabbed shortly once my line's just broken there. Fire arrows not going to be helping us at all. It's interesting. I'd maybe... I don't know. I would maybe consider removing the ability for Elvelyn marksmen to use fire arrows, because they kind of already have that with the poison arrows of the Elvelyn. But I don't know. I don't really know too much about the balancing. Kuro did recently force me into the role of tester for Reforged, so I do need to maybe look into a bit more of the actual balancing side of it. But I should state quite firmly, like, whenever I do speak, I'm not speaking from a position of any real knowledge. I'm just kind of, stating my point. Well, stating my feelings at that time, so you can't take it too seriously. Now, you see as well, something I've not drawn too much attention to, but we actually had a battle timer here. That's something that we didn't notice early on, and I think that was maybe the reason that Eclipse was a little bit, harder focused, because we are running out of time here. And say, like, if we did really have the Dorwinion forces on the back foot, they could extend it. They could be running, and they could get all the way up here, really. Now, the boys would have been kind. I'm sure they wouldn't have just run off into the forests and stuff to needlessly extend it. But rightfully falling back, there's a difference between just running away to be an ass and, making use of all the defensive positions that you've got. So, I think, was that an admit defeat? I think that was an admit defeat from those crossbows. The last few of the Storm Guard here from Froggy fighting out. I don't even know where my Storm Guard went. They died real fast, those poor boys. And the last real point of resistance, I'd say, is, of course, as I say, my brother the axe, Froggy's shadows here. The swords, the brother the sword are doing okay, but now that the Glade Masters are properly in the fight, that's not going to last. A few Hammer Guard dropped. That's good. Yeah, that's the Hammer Guard, and that's where the general is often. Really just gorgeous unit. Brother the sword broken now. I might have admitted defeat at this point. No, I did not. I did not. I'll admit defeat sometimes, but usually I'll just ride out a defeat. Just let it go, and really bleed the enemy as much as possible, as long as it's not being silly. If everybody wants to go, then what not. But so, as I mentioned a few times by now, this battle does not have an ending battle screen. We do of course have a clear winner and a clear loser. I think that so I'll probably just ride out over this point here, where we can just see the last of the fighting. I think, yeah, main problems for us, not really noticing there was a battle timer until halfway through. So that was one screw up, and that was definitely why the 3 Khandish armies were a lot more yeah, I think that was when I admit to be that was probably why the 3 Khandish armies were a lot more patient than Eclipse was, because Eclipse knew there was a timer right at the start, and he would have told us, but we just didn't listen. We're pretty bad for that. But then also, we shouldn't have had 3 of us coming in this side. As I say, I really should have gone over toward WK, so that, say, WK could have split his forces in half. Half of them could have joined Eclipse, and it could have been me and half of WK's force going up the center, or maybe even I could have split my boys in half. But the cavalry kind of made me a bit scared to do that, so I'm really, if somebody did take a screenshot of the end, please post that in the comments. I'd be really appreciative of that, just so we can have a knowledge of the kills. Terrible time for a phone ring. Kind of lost track of my thinking there, but yeah, all in all, very fun little fight. Got a lot of Eclipse battles to get through, and so they're always fun to be part of, always fun to sort of go through, and yeah, I think that those were the main things that we needed to address. I feel I think we lost that right at the start. Even though we did some good tactics throughout, I think it was just poor planning on where people were going, and I think it was the defenders' cavalry play that really made us do that. So that's one of the things that's important about, you know, defenders taking some cavalry. It's not so much about getting kills, it is about warding the enemy off from certain approaches. And of course, if we had designed our armies ourselves, we would have probably had a bit more melee cavalry. We would have probably been able to sort of match them a little bit more, especially with Kant on the field. I think I could have used my wind blades a little bit more effectively to sort of catch some of these guys and rinse them, but goodness me, those glade blowers were brutal. So anyway, thank you guys very much, and I'll see you later.